We pick up the session with the start far away. It says Rune, but not spelled like Rune's name, or at least not exactly. We see it's the capital of Powys. We see an older man, probably in his 40s, entering with a group of men beside him. Most of them wearing armor that is a bit dated for its time. Not necessarily the chain, more what you'd see a lot of the mountain men carry. These men, however, do look a bit regal in nature. They look like they are no strangers to nobility. As they enter through the gate and make their way into the castle, there are some who stop them and say, "We have not yet decided on a king. You'll have to wait until such occurs, Duke Billinus." And you see the man in the front pull an axe from his side. And he buries it in the knight's head. And then fighting ensues. We see that man walking in the front with his goons beside him. They stroll in to the castle proper. He walks to the throne and sits down upon it. And he snaps his fingers. You see a young man push forward, almost falling off his feet. The crown in his hands, he's shaking. And you see him put the crown on the head of the man. I am King Bellinance of Powys, the first of his name. And with that, we continue. We're going to go ahead and pick up at that point with, let's see here. We're going to pick up at first, I think, with Wergar, who has the least amount of trek home. So, Collis, start with a D10, my friend. Surely nothing can go wrong. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Ride smooth, and assuming you don't fail your hunting. So let's start there.
Just thanks, though.
Failure will delay you. Fumble will be bad. Okay, so you're a little delayed. Roll a d6. You're 4 days behind schedule when you make it back to your barony. Otherwise, everything is as planned. Leaving Erging was a nightmare for you, that forest that you had all the trouble with on the way in. There were no issues with banditry or anything else, just the roads being overgrown. It took you some time to find your place. This is not a rare occurrence this time, this period of Arthurian Brittany. So what are your priorities, my friend? That's where you're headed, yes? Oh, no, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and...
Yeah, I was going to Carline.
Yeah, you're going to Carline. So we're going to switch elsewhere then. Ignore everything I said. We're going to go to... I think Bert Cormac, you're going to return home first. Assuming there's no pit stops, is that the goal? Returning home by...
That's the plan.
Okay, roll a d10. Let's see. All plans survive... All plans survive the players, but also all plans survive the Oracle roll. So let's see what happens. 2d100. 13 and 50.
13 and 50. 5, 50, 13.
Who's in your entourage?
Well, Gwydir didn't come with me. I'm alone.
Do you have a squire?
Nope. Died.
Okay. Roll me a d6. Plus 2.
4.
You see two men step out in front of the path in front of you while you're traveling through the forest road.
Okay. I'm walking.
You're not on horse?
No, I walked the entire way there.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have like armor weapon. You look like a pilgrim, right?
I do kind of look like a pilgrim, but I do now have a sword.
Oh, that's right. You got given a sword. True.
Yep, I now have Finnegan's sword.
You there. Surrender your items, and we'll let you on your way.
That's an interesting proposition there, laddie. I count 2. Where are the rest of you?
Give me a battle test.
Okay. Mother of pearl.
It's okay.
Good.
They say just the two of us. You look around and you're certain that's not the case, but you don't see or hear any sign of other numbers. There's no normally, so you're rolling battle for ambush and you are not able to identify, even though you're likely suspicious of one. I won't take that away from you.
Just the two of you.
That's right.
How about you head on back? I'm going to stay on this road. You go collect a few more men and come back when you are a bit better prepared for this.
They look at each other. That's bold words. You're not a knight. You don't even have a horse, one of them says.
Cormac does that thing where he sort of drops his shoulders, stands up to like his full height that he does when he really wants to try to dissuade people from a current course of action. Be that as it may. But I feel you might need more men to deal with someone the likes of I.
We're not looking for a fight. We just want your items. We want our money. We want to get fed. Give us what we want. And you can go. Otherwise, there'll be trouble.
Walk away. Choose another target. This lamb is not so easily cowed this day.
Make a valor roll.
Valorous?
Yep.
Cool.
One of them kind of backs off, and the other one's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, "It's. I don't want to fight. We're not here to fight. It's supposed to be whoever's going to surrender easy. You said this is going to be easy. This guy's not surrendering." He's like, "Shut up." He turns back to you and says,
As the first guy starts backing up, I pull back my hood. Look the first guy square in his eyes. Do you know who I am there, laddie?
"Some Irishman from the sounds of it."
Well then, be on your way. And hopefully you never have to be introduced to me.
All right. I'm just going to test something here. Okay. The one of the two starts to back away. The same one that was backing away previously. The other one turns and you see him pull a dagger. And you can hear at this point a little bit of rustling from the trees on both sides of you.
Sword comes out.
Okay. The one with the dagger is gonna move right towards you, and you can hear the sound of someone like shifting real quickly to your left. So you know that there's at least two likely threats here. You imagine
So,
that
I
given
know
where you
there's-
are in the road, the ones on, like the one on the side of you is not going to be able to close the distance physically. So you're thinking maybe some kind of missile attack.
So what I want to try to do. I know I have no armor. All I have is this sword given to me by a messenger. It is the sword. It is Finnegan's sword. So I am going to. I'm thinking missile attack. I want to close distance with the guy with the dagger and put him between the archer and me. Or the
Okay.
missile guy and me.
Normally it wouldn't work that way. For this one, I'll allow it. Missile weapons always go first, typically. What I'll do is you have to outscore both of them. So you have to basically outstrength the first guy against his dagger. And then if you're successful there, as long as your success is higher than the missile weapon, either the missile weapon person will still try to fire, or they will hesitate. But we won't know until it happens. And if they still try to fire, there's a good chance they'll hit their ally rather than you. So
Okay.
is that what you want to do?
That's what I'm going to have to do. I'd like to impassion with honor. I have no armor, and these guys are coming on me 2-on-1.
Yep. Go ahead. Okay.
Cool.
So you get a +5 to both. You do have to split unless you're deciding to eat one of them. Like basically, if the missile guy decides to strike, he could hit his person, but he could also just hit you. You won't have any ability to dodge. In effect, this guy will become your armor. So it might be worth all-inning on the guy with the dagger. I'm just giving you options.
You know what? I am going to go all in on the guy with the dagger.
All right. Give me... I'm going to say strength score unless you have something equivalent.
I mean, I'll go strength. I've got the sword out, but I'll go strength.
I thought you were putting him between you and him.
I am.
Okay. Then that's going to be more of a brawling type action. Yeah.
All right.
So strength +5.
I rolled a 2. But he failed.
What do
So.
you need?
You failed, so you get him between them. Now we're going to see what happens here. You see a guy emerging. He looks like he's just about to fire a javelin. He stops and looks at you and realizes that you're in the way. And you sense just as he does so, you sense his eyes catch something, and you're like, "Oh, someone's behind me." And you see. Well, we'll see what happens here. Someone behind you is going to fire as well. You take 10 wounds as you feel a javelin stick in your back.
Ow.
So far, you
Don't
can
that
tell
just suck.
you have a sense that you're 3-on-1 right now.
I am 3-on-1.
You could eliminate the one you've got with basically a coup de grace if you wanted to.
The one I've got right now, he is a concern. So yes, I need to kill him now.
Okay. I'm just going to give it to you for free. Now there's 2 javelin men on either side of you. You know that they're going to try to very much do the same thing here. Since you just
Can I
killed.
see how many javelins they have?
Not really. Not super clearly.
Okay.
You see the one that just threw one's picking up another from behind him. So clearly they came with more than one. You'd imagine only a
Yeah.
few. Most people wouldn't care. Most people wouldn't carry a bunch, right? Like they'd have like a bundle of them at best.
All right. I don't have armor, but I've got this dead guy. And while dead weight sucks, I think I'm strong enough. I hope I'm strong enough. I need to be strong enough to basically use this guy as a shield.
Okay. I will allow it at the cost of a -5 penalty to your weapon skill.
-5 penalty. Okay.
Actually, I will take that back. I will allow it just in general. It'll serve more like an armor than a shield. But if there's anything that triggers a dex roll, you're at a -5.
Got it. Got it. So I am using this guy as sort of armor. Cool.
Okay, so you have 2 javelineers. What are you doing?
I'm basically sort of backing up along the route I was heading,
Okay.
but trying to keep this guy between us as I keep backing up. I'm trying to force them into moving so that they have to make the decision. Are they going to continue throwing javelins or chase me?
Okay. You have 2 javelins coming your way. You can
All right.
choose to split your skill if you want.
I will do so. I'm going on the full defensive. You just tell me what you would want me to roll.
This is probably going to be a dex for dodge in this case, but you're full defensive, so you'll be, and you're
+5.
+5, +10, -5, so 15, +15. Then you're splitting
+5 from
honor, +10.
honor, +10, so +15, -5, so +10.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna 10 on each of them.
Right. Roll again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 2 success.
All right. One catches, one sticks in your makeshift body armor, literal body armor, and the other one flies, sails wide. At this point, when you clear distance, so you're far away, you hear them both like, you hear scouring within the tree line as you turn to like, you wait a second, you're listening. It seems like they fled. Both taking off in different directions in the tree line.
Well, I lay the dead body on the side of the road.
I
Well,
thought he was your new squire.
he died. I killed him.
Yeah, like all your other squires. It's fine.
First off, I didn't kill Matic.
Second
off,
you got teased.
I didn't kill the other one. Third off,
All right.
I am going to leave him there, give him a small prayer, asking God to forgive his sins, and make the small quip. Violence is never the answer. Unless it is. Sword goes back. Hood gets drawn up again. and I start trudging back home now that I'm
Minorly wounded.
wow.
And no ability to first aid yourself.
No. I was already pretty badly hurt still.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Good time.
barely above half. I'm back to being below half again.
Oh, good. Good times. Why don't you give me a constitution roll real quick?
Yay.
Right, yeah. You're basically nearing unconsciousness when you make it to one of your neighbor's manor, your neighbor's manor, and they help you back to your manor. And we're going to cut away from that scene at this moment. We cut to Trent and Wergar. Wergar has already rolled for the two of you to determine what kind of nonsense happens to you on the way. None happened to you on the way. But let's see if Gwydir's hunting was any better than Collis's, to see if you lose any time or not. If you both fail, we'll go with that default 4 days or less.
What do you mean go left here? Collis, how many times have you ridden to Carlion? It's clear that way is the lake. You dang goose. Come on. Hurry up.
All right. The two of you managed to reach Carlion. And after a bit at the... What do you say as you reach the gate? Because you can tell things are under very much high security at this moment. Things are on lockdown.
I think, Gwydir will... well, I don't think he'll say anything when he gets to the gate. He'll just expect to be let in. He's Gwydir.
They don't let you in. Not immediately. Collis, do you present anything for it? Since Gwydir did not?
Muted.
Oh, you're muted, that's why.
I think Sir Carlos would probably just say, "Why is my way barred? I have never been barred."
That's what Helly says.
Things are not the way they were before. Announce yourself.
I am Lord Collis, and I am with Sir Gwydir.
Sir fucking Gwydir!
And your oaths? Where do you swear to? This is not Dubricus, by the way. This is... Give me a recognize roll. Actually, both of you.
Nailed it.
Nope.
Yeah, both of you have never seen this guy before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Which is probably odd in itself, right? Like, we've probably been in and out of here 100 times. Yeah. I'm here to see the Archbishop Dubricus.
Who are you sworn to?
I swore to Elaine, the King of Escavalon, son of Nanteleod.
The door's open.
Fucking Christ. I mean,
Or gate.
Christian language. Rhiannon, I mean, don't let anybody hear that I said that. Shut up. We're going inside.
All right, you managed to make your way in. It looks a lot like the Carline you left a couple of years ago, Collis, but it's definitely, or earlier this year, I guess. But the distinction for you is just how locked down everything is. You see guards everywhere. It's crawling with guards.
Hard times, Gwydir. Hard times. I dislike the look of the capital.
Well, on that we could agree, my friend. I think that this is maybe a good thing that we came back as quickly as we did.
The longer we stayed away, the longer I feel that more power would be influenced over the king.
I just don't... Why is everybody complicating everything? It's the simplest fuck... Alright, anyway, listen, let's go see Elaine. I'm sure Dubricus will ambush us and be a creep as usual, but whatever. At least he's on our side for now, I suppose. I don't know. Elaine needs us by his side.
Hopefully he's coherent enough for us to talk to him.
Well, true enough, but either way, he needs us.
All right. Let me just do something here real quick. Okay. So you managed to make it to see Elaine. Kind of. You get as far as like the hall in which he's in, and then the guards stand in front of you. These are loyalists, like to Nanteleod. Not you would recognize these folks as like they would have been part of Nanteleod's personal guard, just not as famous as the two of you. Mm-hmm. They might even like it's perhaps a warm welcome, but they're like, we're under orders not to let anyone through.
Whose orders?
The Archbishop.
Is the king awake?
He comes and goes now.
Well, he's the king, not the Archbishop.
They look at each other a minute. And I think this is where specifically like Gwydir's loyalty might come in. I'm going to get you to make an honesty test here.
I do have famous honest, but I'll test it anyway if you like.
Oh, are you famous? Don't even bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just look at you and they'll step aside and say, everyone is concerned that someone will try to get at Elaine in his weakened spot.
I understand. Well, look, if that is the case, and it may well be, then I will stay with him until he is capable of looking after himself, and maybe longer. I'm here for the king, and he'll reach out and give them some bro handshakes and nod to Corlys and head in.
All right. What about Corlys?
If they let Sir Collis through, then he'll go through as well.
So it's Sir Saluk and Sir Sithinin.
Is he the admiral by chance?
No, that's Gwyn. That's Gwyn Win-Win. Get it right.
Yeah. Sorry.
They sound like
Then
How could I
the
forget?
pharmaceutical.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Common side effects includes they're dancing on the side. Okay, so the two of you make it to Elaine. You are not the only ones in the room, though. As you enter, you see a familiar face within the room who is not him. And I'm definitely not stalling because I totally have it prepared. All right.
There you
Ilton!
go. That's the boss right there.
My favorite saint. I think that Gwydir actually kind of likes Iltid as much as he's like Christian and shit. You know, he thinks he's probably a little bit on the squishy side, but you know, he's generally been, you know, as far as religious figures are concerned, pretty nice to Gwydir. So he'll greet him. He'll probably say like a religiously inappropriate greeting, like "Happy Yuletide, sister."
I think probably the interruption of his prayer is probably your disturbance as you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to faze him. He eventually gets up and looks at you both, and he smiles. It's good to see that.
What is going on?
It's good to see that loyalty is not lost throughout all of the realm. It seems.
Right? What the hell is getting in? What in the name of the realm of the dead for pagans is going on here? We have a perfectly good king. I don't understand. Listen, it sounds like we need more people standing by here if there's anything weird going on. Is he okay?
The Churgeon believes he'll make it. I have faith that he will. There were mistakes made
Good.
in the planning of the late king. He did not get to... He had planned for Elaine to become his heir here, and the people of the Silliers, the kingdom of Escavalon, would become his. And that he would furthermore pledge his position towards the Winter Prince. But that is no more. And the king did not have the opportunity to name his son. To name his bastard.
Few men are prepared
he
to
says
die.
slowly. He says bastard too.
Yeah.
Adding a further
Right.
complication.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't care from whose loins he came. I care for his blood, and his blood is of the king, great man Nanteleod, and nonetheless, we're here now. Can he hear me?
Well, you may try. He says he'll step aside so you can do so.
Yeah, I'll kneel down and say, King Elaine. I've come to swear to you, of course. Not that you needed me to say that, but perhaps it'll help. I think that if we were to have a horse race now, I would probably win. So that's probably a good thing. So, look, if you wake up quickly, that'd be nice. But let me be the best horseman in Escavalon for a little while longer, eh? Just, I don't know. I'm not good at this thing. Listen, I will stand by your side. No harm will come to you as I live.
Roll a d20. You're aiming to score over a 16 here.
8.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to respond in any way. It's actually kind of discouraging.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's sleeping. Plus, I'm annoying. He might just be ignoring me. Corlys, maybe you'll have better luck. I'm hungry. It's been a long ride. I'll just get some... You there. Fetch something. I'll keep guard. And he'll stand up and, check that his sword belt is on straight and eye everybody suspiciously.
As one does. We go to Collis.
Sir Elaine, and Neil. King Elaine. I do not know whether you can hear me or not, but I have come to pledge my loyalty to you. May the gods, and he'll look at Sansit and yours, see this pledge. You are the rightful king.
All right, roll me a d20.
20. Come on. 19.
Yay!
You don't so much see any response in his face, but you see his hand come over and kind of clasp your hand. It's a weak response though. Like you could feel like he's clammy, you know. He's probably not in great shape, but it seems you're getting the sense that he can hear you.
So grip it back tightly. With this strong hand, I will make sure no harm comes to you, and then quickly release it so as not to hurt him.
Okay.
I think noticing this, Gwydir will be like, "Oh shit!" and he'll come down and kneel as well and put his hand over Corlys's briefly. He doesn't want to miss out on Elaine knowing that he's here. I'm here too. King Elaine, hi King Elaine. I'm here too. He'll smile.
All right, sounds good. All right. With that, where do you guys intend to go next?
Nowhere.
You're gonna stay here?
Sir Carlos will talk to Sir Suluk and ask, well, who's running the household guard? What are the guard shifts? Who are these people? are there new people on, like, pretty much trying to get like a rundown of like what exactly does it look like? What are there actual loyalists planning all of King Elaine stuff, or is it like kind of intermingled? Like, what's going on?
Okay. He'll look to you, a little less certain about your loyalties, but I think he probably just overheard you swear loyalty to Elaine, so that might have changed it. And you're with Gwydir, which helps. But I think he says things are complicated. The king had named Kedrick as his regent, should anything happen to him. And with his son unconscious, there's no one to claim regency. So that would fall to the Archbishop, the highest position here in Carline. There are some that aren't happy with it, but all the Roman knights seem to support it. As for the others, well, few trust Dubricus. With that said, he's given us little reason to distrust him this year.
I see. After that, he'll probably get his squire, and probably a scribe as well, and get some letters written down.
Awesome. All right. Give me a squire roll just for entertainment before we move away from the scene. All right. Yeah, so things go as planned there. I'll come back to you to ask what you're getting written, but we are going to jump over to Drax next. So Rain, on your journey north, why don't you give me a D10?
Alrighty.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were actually gonna go back to have you already sent your family north? Like your wife?
My family's already at the castle. Yeah,
you were gonna go
took 'em there
to
before.
you were gonna go to Cormac's house and escort his family?
Escort his family out there, yep.
We'll assume for whatever reason you took a separate path, given we just did Cormac's in a strange way there.
Yeah.
You know what? You might have even been ushered by Cormac to go ahead. Because if you waited for him to walk, that would have taken forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll assume that this actually... Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So you have 4 hunting rolls. I'm going to give you a +3 to each of them because you've now journeyed on this path several times. Your goal is not to fumble in these 4 attempts.
Okay.
Yeah. This is for your whole path north.
All right. And a +3 to each one.
Yep.
All right. There you go. You want me to continue with the rest of them, or
Yes.
wait
Yeah.
for
Go
a
ahead.
minute?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. See how bad it really gets. Okay, so I guess the bad rolling is just tied in Cormac's sphere, I guess, at this point. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If it involves Cormac's family, so of course there's a fumble.
How about 2 in a row?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All
Right. Well, I'll see you in 30 years once you get out of the Fae.
I told you I was going to be the latest one there.
Yeah, well, that's true. What the fuck, man? What are you doing? This is not how you play. Why are you so bad at the?
I love it. All right.
Okay. Split it.
Back to back.
14 years later, you emerged virtually.
Yeah, if you were playing 3rd edition D&D, you would have just confirmed your critical. But
You're critical.
Yeah.
If you were playing 5th edition, you would have just critical twice.
You have made your way to the Byzantine Empire.
You're like, I could have swore there weren't multiple oceans between here and where I was going, but you know what? we'll just trust it.
Strange times. Something about anarchy. Yeah.
I ended up passing Cormac on accident again. I did a big circle a couple times.
Roll
Turns out you were the one that
2D,
threw the javelin. Oh no.
roll 2D100 twice.
Classic.
Ooh, maxed out on that second one.
Oh baby.
Yeah.
100. Is that a curse or something? Isn't that when I got succubus?
I mean,
Probably.
I don't remember.
cool.
Cool. No, I'll take a succubus, sure. Worst ways to go.
I was thinking more of the curse, but yeah, all right.
If you're going to get lost for 40 years in France, it might as well be with a succubus.
I get lost way down in Somerset or Summerland again. In the fog somehow. Completely go the wrong direction.
Well, I did get reveal time, so we're going to be doing some fairy stuff, I think, here.
Oh,
Fairy stuff!
You are going to be entering fairy on accident. Let's see where this goes. With
well,
Bird,
Moose is happy.
and with Cormac's, family to boot. Let's just see here. I don't think I've rolled on this table in a very long time.
I haven't heard that name in a very long time.
Right?
Yeah, pretty good.
You shall, etc.
All right, so the scene ends as kind of Rain, you're riding up through the Erging forest, kind of making your way on the border of what you know to be the mountains in Powys. And all of a sudden, you hear the sound of riders before you see them. And you see several knights in silver armor as they surround you. This armor is, I think, better than you've ever seen in your life. Like, it just looks finely made. Something about it, like, glimmers and glistens. Glimmers probably is the right one. I don't think it's wet. So it glimmers and the reflection of the sun, even though there's very little sun here in the forest. And they say nothing. What makes the armor very distinct to you is they have helms that with no visibility to their face. This isn't the nose helm that you're accustomed to seeing. This is something better. Maybe from France. Got to be from France, right? You can give me a fairy lore test.
All right. See if we get a miracle here then. No.
Definitely,
Definitely from
Oh.
France.
definitely from France. Yeah.
Definitely from France. Yep.
Okay.
That's great.
All right. I'm gonna take a 2-minute break here. Is it before I do? Does anyone have?
Figure out what the fuck?
Not so much. Just gonna collect a couple thoughts to use the washroom. But does everyone have a hard cutoff at 8:30, like 30 minutes from now? Or are we good to continue a little bit past
Nah,
that?
I'm good all night.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good
all
all
Same as
night.
one.
I can probably go till at least 9. And I gotta check in to see if I have something at 9 I have to go to. But we'll go for at least another
You don't
hour.
have any friends.
Yeah, I know,
Nope.
right? No, friends are fine. These are just pretend online friends. No, just kidding. All right, we'll
Right.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
By default, nights start at 21 with Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones. Recognize is used for identifying people. Folklore for general and mythical knowledge. Battle for navigating battles successfully, and hunting for navigating Britain's dense forests. There are 13 paired traits, like chaste, lustful, or valorous, cowardly, where increasing one lowers the other. These define how a character naturally behaves. If a trait is 16 or higher, it's famous, meaning the character defaults to the behavior without rolling. Otherwise, in uncertain moments, a player can roll one trait of the pair. If it succeeds, that's the action taken. If it fails, the opposite trait is tested instead. Over time, traits can shift through gameplay. Passions show what your character cares about, like loyalty, lord, or love family. They range from unsung 1 to 15, famous 16 to 19, and exalted 20 plus. You can invoke a passion for a bonus, but failure can cause melancholy, creating a -5 penalty. Or, in the case of madness, takes you right out of play. Famous passions are riskier, but exalted ones mostly help. In Pendragon, you roll a d20 and want to roll under your tested trait, passion, characteristic, or skill, like Price is Right rules. For contested rolls, the higher success wins, while the lower success is called a partial success. Sometimes you need to roll over a target number for challenges, like breaking down a door. Oh yeah! Rolling exactly your tested value is a critical strike. Rolling over your tested number is a failure. Rolling a 20 on a failed roll is a fumble. Bad news. If your tested number is greater than 20, the extra value becomes a bonus to your roll. This removes failure and fumble risk while boosting your critical chance. Glory measures a knight's fame for their deeds, directly granting permanent increase to their character. To be a knight is to pursue more glory. The more glory, the more recognition, and the greater the benefits to your character. This concludes the basics for a player on how to play Pendragon. The GM can guide the rest. Check out my linked series to find out why you should play Pendragon. We're back. We're going to go ahead and pick up with Yampa. Yampa, why don't you roll me a d10, friend? As you make your totally safe trip back to the mountains in the middle of a civil war.
Well, I wouldn't be going back to the mountains. I'd be going back to
Home,
like where
right?
my brother is.
Which is where? So I know.
So his manor would be somewhere near Carlion.
Yes,
if he
okay.
hasn't moved to, because my whole plan is to have him not side with Kendrick.
Okay.
So if he's already gone,
That's fair.
Kendrick gets
Let me establish something, because was this the banneret?
Yeah, he was a fellow banner right now.
Okay, we're going to start with a fun thing that will tell me whether or not you have to go slightly behind what would be considered like enemy lines or not. And that's a matter of, at least for the purpose of what side you're on, we need to figure out if you're closer to Cardiff or if you're closer, if his lands are closer to Cardiff or closer to Carlion. So roll me a d20 and call high or low.
I will call high.
Okay. Do you want his lands closer to Cardiff? Or would you prefer them closer to Carlion, thus making it easier for you to not have to go beyond enemy lines, really?
I technically did pledge an oath, but that was to the swords. Nobody knows about that. I don't think it really matters either way, but I think it'll make more sense if it's closer to Carlion, since I went and squired over by Glevum. You're muted.
Since you did Squire and Glevum, we'll say that you're between Carlion and Caerwent. So you are on the pro Elaine side, right? More so. We're gonna get you to make a D10 roll to see if you're into any trouble.
Of course not. Surely not.
And like everybody else, just a hunting roll.
I'm so good at that too.
A simple hunting roll that you can't fail.
Nobody can feel this.
Totally not fumble. It's not possible.
Okay, roll a D6. Okay, as far as you figure, you're about 3 days behind schedule, but otherwise you make it to your destination. You can tell that they're on defense. No one has come to like siege them or even raid them, but it's clear that they're setting up like someone might, given their position.
So this is my brother's, like my family or the family's manor.
That's where you intended to go, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. This would be his main seat since he's a banneret. So it's a fortified manor. Trent, do you have a name for this guy? Is this part of the big Extendo family or no? That's you and Bert, actually.
Oh,
isn't it?
that's me and Bert. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a name. Stand
I
by.
could put him in
might
there if you like.
post it.
No, I think we had
They
another
can be
one.
cousins, Brune.
Yeah, well, me and Nicholas have a separate tree as well.
Yeah.
I had it open. I just closed it like literally right now. His name should be Alun.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's not gonna confuse anyone with Elaine. We'll just pronounce him that way. So Alun. Yeah. You see he's here.
Funnily enough, he's married to Raid's aunt, I think it was. Anyways, I'll approach with my small entourage, which would probably just be my squire and like any probably armored tribesmen. I don't know if I have knights up there. And I'll approach the gate and
Okay.
direct myself to wherever the guard is. You know, like I wish to speak with my brother.
Yeah, Alun is here. He will make his way to the gate. I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna flip a coin here. Okay. Okay. And then he looks at you, and he greets you with a smile and like an arm clasp. There's like a hesitation in him too, but he welcomes you in, nonetheless. Please tell me, brother, you've come to join the cause. To rid this land of the church's tyranny and their false bastard king.
How sure are you that this son of his is a bastard?
Well, he never claimed him.
Sure enough. What is Kedrick's claim?
His claim, I would call it simple. Vortigern was the son of a daughter of the people of Ciliers and a son of the high tribe of the Ordovices. That made Vortigern the king of both. But there were many even back then that questioned why the line would pass through a woman's lineage. Kedrick is the closest in line to the old tribal ways before kings came and rewrote everything. I was loyal to Nanteleod, but he is gone.
Our house was not made through lineages and nobility and things promised by blood. Our house was made through fire and blood and the turmoil of battle, proven by our father, who fought for who he believed was our leader. So now, too, I believe that Kedrick is not. And that once, as our father did, raise his sword for the rightful heir, rightful ruler, we should do the same. You and I, and our cousin, alongside the swords, and we can continue to build up our house. Come as it may, after this problems, these turmoils, in this lands, we will stand strong, regardless of who's king, if we stand together under Elaine.
All right, before I respond, why don't we go ahead and get you to make an orate test here?
Oh God.
You can choose to
You got
impassion
this.
if you wish.
I will try to impassion what though? I'll try to impassion with love family. I think it's the one that makes most sense.
Boom.
+5.
Come on, dice. Don't be a bitch.
Oh, there
Yeah,
goes
don't
the
be a bitch, dice.
Yeah. So you got to peer pressure the dice into what you want.
That's
Come
right.
on, dice, don't be a bitch.
Hey!
Okay.
Passion for the win.
Okay. That was successful, strangely enough. So I was just expecting another 20, honestly, after how those dice were working earlier.
Well, we didn't call the dice a bitch before, so.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
true.
Apparently, that's the trick. You gotta bully the dice, man.
Right.
Well, you give
Now
and take,
that I know the
push
trick.
pull.
Okay,
You gotta
so
like
he looks at you, and I'm just going to do one more thing here. Okay. Rune, this isn't my war, but it's going to be hard to convince Bryn. Rumor has it they've already gone to Cardiff. They will fight for Kedrick.
We're able to send a messenger, at the very least.
What are we to say?
Hopefully,
Are we to beg them to change their loyalties?
I'd loathe to shed their blood. It'll break me.
Indeed. In truth, I was not certain that I would participate in any attack on Carlion. It is very much a second home to me. I was planning to raise my defenses, though, and sit things out. But if things started to sway towards our brother's cause, I would assist. That Archbishop needs to go.
That he does. At the very least, I will try to send writers at least one message to our brothers. Let them decide. And I must ride back to Carlion. Meet with the rest of the swords and call the tribesmen, I guess.
I understand. You can find me here. I don't think my position or stance will change. Unless you need it. I do not take any enjoyment at the thought of killing those who I called my allies just mere months ago.
We'll ride unified. Doesn't matter who it is against. When time comes, we'll watch for ourselves. Be it with Kedrick or with Elaine. Just wait for my message, and we'll see what happens.
All right. And then who are you dispatching for this information?
I will dispatch my personal squire, whose name I forgot, Val.
Caval? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Your personal squire cabal. Okay. Make a squire test for him.
Here's the natty 20. Boom. Oh,
All right. Well, he'll make it there, and then we'll determine what happens at a later point. We are going to skip back to Cormac. Do you have anyone that can deliver surgery in any amount of skill?
Well, no.
You have a wife, right?
I do.
Do we have a surgery score for them yet?
No, we have dagger, fashion, and distaff.
Okay, roll 2d6.
All right, here comes
We'll be
the
adding
2.
8 to it.
hey.
Wow.
Apparently
no,
your
that's
wife
fantastic.
is. Yeah. Apparently your wife can. So your wife is famous in surgery. Good to know. Now comes the fun part where you roll a d20 versus that number to see if she succeeds.
The wife just kills you when you get home. Nice.
Then remind
Does
me
she want to kill me?
remind me who your wife was. Who are they linked
I've
to?
got Lady Nia. She's related to Sir Ithel.
Ithel, that's right. Yeah, okay. One of Ithel's daughters, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you're no longer at surgery, but you are at whatever your unconscious score is at. That's where you're at right now. And then you can get 1 healing rate back at this point.
All right. So. And then 1 healing rate is that. Okay.
All
Cool.
right. Excellent. Excellent.
I am not unconscious, but I am so far below half. It's not funny.
It's fair. Not unconscious, but you're so far below half. Now, they could prepare a wagon if you wanted to go with urgency to Carlion and tow you there. Or they could not do that and just let you heal up until you're ready to go.
Nanteleod's gone. I did not do well at the battle. Our holdings are super small. We need to save as much money as possible. I guess I'm just going to have to wait and heal up.
Okay, roll a d10. Okay, and 2d100. By the way, just realized I had a plot hole there. There is a brief, there's a brief overlap of when Cormac gets here, where Drax Rain's entourage has not left yet. So they're preparing to leave. They waylay a day so that Cormac can receive surgery from his wife before she leaves. 2d100, Cormac.
All right. 29 and 9.
Give me another Constitution roll.
Okay.
Okay.
11 out of 16.
Okay. The wound was under threat of
Infection.
yeah, but you passed. So
That makes sense.
so
It does.
disaster averted, and luckily that interrupt roll didn't turn into a raid or something, right? So
Yeah.
okay, well, why don't you figure out the math behind the scenes? We'll see if someone can first aid you as well. Rain, why don't you see? I assumed you would have applied first aid. Why don't we see if you don't roll
Sure.
20? Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can have one of your squires do it actually if you want to.
My squire's brand new. He's only 15, so maybe let's see what we got here. Might be a good test for him with my friend nearly dying here on the table.
It's like I stabbed him several times in the throat. That's what you wanted? No, I asked you to bend
Actually,
it.
I mean, seriously, he's better at it than I am. So
Yeah.
Cole's gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, my squire.
Oh,
He's gonna
that's
stab
right.
me in the throat several times.
Didn't you
That's-
get Leo's
Nah,
son
he's a
killed?
good boy.
That's great.
Yeah, he passed.
Okay. Roll a d3. So 1. You get 1 more health
Yep.
back. And then Cormac, just behind the scenes, Bird, if you want to do the math to figure out when you're over half, you have to be over half in order for you to travel without suffering degradation. So,
That's going to be 2 weeks.
oh, okay. That's
Hopefully.
actually, it's not that terrible
That's 2 weeks if I roll 2 3s.
then. No, you get your healing rate back. You don't have to roll for
Ah,
those. Yeah,
then yeah, that's
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, only on first aid do you return a random number. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
okay. We're going to go back to on a 1, it's Carline. On a 2, it's the fairy situation. Okay.
Uh oh,
Hmm.
Yeah.
the religious knight
Yeah.
stuck in a fairy situation.
And remind me, Bert, who would be in your who's in the rescue or like who's being shunted away to Leodegrance's realm right now?
That would be Lady Nia. That would be Ladies Katrin, Jacqueline, and Lords Eamon and Reese. My children and wife.
So several children.
All of my personal knights were like the honor guard for Nanteleod. So they're probably not alive anymore. Or if they are, they're probably not my knights anymore. I'm down to 0 things.
Understood. They encircle you at this point, Rain. And they say, one of them speaks up and says, "You trespass, Sir Knight."
My utmost apologies. I got lost traveling back home.
And where is home?
Name of the castle up there.
You could always refer to the land, right? If you want to.
Yeah, what's that? Foix?
Yeah, you could refer to that, or you could refer to Camliard if you wanted to.
Okay, that's fine.
Choice.
A castle near Cameliard.
They whisper to each other. And your lord?
King Leodegrance's.
Very good. He is an honorable king.
He is.
Though you trespass, I believe the king will allow you his hospitality.
That's very gracious of your king.
And you're like, what king are they even talking about? Like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to
like, where am I?
think about. Yeah, exactly. If I may ask, where have I trespassed? As I said, it was not intentional.
Tierra lands. We are known simply as over there.
There. I see. Unfortunately, I am ignorant of this place.
They all laugh at that. And they say, ignorance, yes. It is a trait of your kind.
Oof.
But we will not hold it against you.
Very gracious of you.
Yeah, because you're famously modest, right?
Yeah.
And so you can
Yep.
eat that without the pride hit.
Yeah, it's 17, modest, yeah.
They seem almost like surprised that you don't quirk back in some fashion. I think.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead.
Brain honestly just seems completely, honestly, just trying to figure out what's going on. You know, he's not familiar with this kind of stuff at all.
Yep, it's true. Okay.
He's got to worry about the people he's traveling with, so he's trying to walk on eggshells, essentially.
Okay. We'll probably play this out over a little bit, but we'll kind of play up the ride in. So you ride in under this escort of knights to a vibrant castle, almost like storybook kind of castle. It's, you know, where we're dealing with like dark age level castles. This would be like a high medieval castle with several peaks and, you know, picture book kind of story tell kind of castle. You've never seen anything like it. As you ride through an impossibly green grove to get there, and it's perfect. Everything's manicured and landscaped. The sun shines picturesque with simple clouds in the sky. As you reach the castle and you're brought in like guests, not like under duress, they take you in to the castle and you hear a herald call, now presenting an entourage from the lands of Leo de Grants to the court of King Today of over there. And you see a man, kind of aged, but long, almost elegant features. If you could picture the guy who played, what's his name? Thranduil in the Hobbit movies, like that, but a little less elf looking, at least not Tolkien elf. This guy's very much an elf, but you wouldn't know that with a 20. He's probably, again, that Frenchman. You don't know how he ended up on the mainland, but you've heard how different you've heard how different it is over in Gaul. This has got to be it in Brittany. Yeah.
Poor Rain's trying to figure out how the hell he got to France from the mainland.
Yeah. In all seriousness, all you know is you're in some kind of foreign land, I think, and you're confused.
So it feels does it feel different than when he was in like Summerlin and the Mist and all that? Or
Yes.
Similar. Okay, it's different.
I think with the fumble, you're not able to differentiate, but even then,
Okay.
it would be different for other reasons.
Gotcha.
But if you had a sense of that, the fumble for the fairy lore is going to play all the way through. You're going to be almost ignorant
I'm
to
sure.
that's what this
Yeah.
is the whole way through.
Yeah, totally.
So-
totally.
But they welcome you in, and the king says, "It is good to see you here, knight. Why have you come through my land?"
It was simply me getting lost, to be frank.
Ah, yes.
Happens
The forests
quite,
are much overgrown.
common with me. It's fair.
The boundaries are more obscured these days. Is why I ride knights so close to the border. They likely intercepted you immediately.
They did.
He looks proud at his knights. Well, stay and feast with us. When you are ready to go, you may do so. My men will escort you the rest of the way.
He kind of looks back to the rest of that are traveling with him. A minute.
He says knights, not men. I'll double back on that too. Very
Okay.
distinguished point. He would never betray his men his knights by calling them men. So
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very gracious of you. I see no reason why we cannot accept hospitality for a night or so. But we are in a hurry to return home.
good. Please stay, enjoy. What is mine for this evening is yours.
Thank you, King.
All right. So, what I need to know is whether your character is still famously temperate.
Let's see here. He is 17.
Okay. Despite being famously temperate, the food here smells greater than food you've ever smelled before. You're hungry. You're tired.
And wounded.
And wounded. They'll see to your wounds before the feast, by the way. You are
That is
treated.
amazing.
You can roll a d3 plus 3. Yeah. Well, four's something.
Yeah.
Your wounds are finally treated, and when you get there, you see Cormac's family and his entourage like scarfing down on the foods. It's amazing, but you need to make a temperate roll if you wish not to partake. If you partake, you don't have to test indulgence. It's just whether or not you partake or not.
I am going to roll because that's typically what he does in feasting anyways. But he's not drawing cards.
Okay. Do you taste at all, or do you refrain from everything?
Just enough to quench my thirst.
Okay. And same with food?
Yep.
Okay. You hold firm, but a weaker person would have given in to just the pure perfection that is this food and drink. And you can tell that most of Cormac's family is not, not taking their time with this. They're scarfing down, especially after being lost in the forest for some time. The night goes on. There's dancing. There's stories. The people who you figure this King Tomorrow and what they refer to as a kingdom over there, it must be some way they obscure themselves from foreigners, right? That can't possibly be their real name, but nevertheless, like some kind of moniker. Nevertheless, they don't treat you like you're the brunt of a joke. They treat you like you're the curious guest, and they're very interested in your land. Is there anything you share with them?
Only that he is the steward to King Leodegrance and that he's escorting people back home.
Okay. They seem impressed. Like, oh, yes. And one thing give me an intrigue test to see if you notice kind of this pop up.
An intrigue test. My bane. Oh, it passed. That's a miracle.
You observe almost every one of them when they, hearing about Leodegrance, they pry into who is Leodegrance's family. They seem real curious about that. And it almost always kind of leads to his daughter. Like they seem to have some kind of interest in little Gwen. You just find that interesting. And that's the one that your former squires is betrothed to.
Yeah.
But they say, oh, well, that's good. And do you talk at all about your religion, by the way? Like, do you mention Christianity?
I mean, he would mention that he's faithful of them. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
He's not going to lie about it. He doesn't preach, though. That's just not what he does. It's just a kind of set of values that he follows.
You can sense like there's almost like a faux pas of that, but they don't seem like bothered by you. Sorry, they don't seem mad at you for that existing. It's more like they're standoff, like they're just a little more careful around you, like they could get cooties or something. When you
Well,
mention that.
yeah, he does clarify though that he's good friends with what they call pagans and stuff. He even mentions Gwydir.
Yeah, and they'd be curious to ask, well, what are these pagans? You know, they dig into it. Nevertheless, the next day comes because you did not fail indulgence. You're ready to go, but you find that you have to actually like the kids are like crying when they have to leave. We'll see how bad his wife's got it here. Oh, she does okay. She's like she errs on the side of prudence. Like we should get out of here. I don't know where these lands are. But the kids are like not happy to go. All of them are like, "You're taking me away from something awesome. What are you doing? This is like, this is the theme park they just rode, and now you get to go home, right?" But as you go to exit, you notice that there's some kind of strange. It reminds you almost of like the tourney grounds you saw, but this appears to be more like a jousting tilt, which you've seen, like, you know, there are a couple of crude ones being built up around this time. But this one's lavish, and it's like got seating, almost like people are to come and like watch. You remember the Grand Melee in Carlion, and it seems like if you were to run that but all the time, this would be the kind of setup you would have, like on a regular basis.
Yeah, Rain seems honestly fascinated with just how much effort and just how perfect it seems. Like when he's seeing this thing, he just stares at it in silence for a bit.
Okay.
You have to make note of that to pass on to Colossus bit, because he was trying to do all the tournaments and stuff, I believe. So
we will move towards the exit of this scene, but before we do, I need you to roll me a d20.
Oh no. We're coming back to visit again, guys.
He'll come back someday. Not today,
Yes.
but you know.
Roll me a d20.
Yeah.
Roll me a d6. I'm just gonna show this real quick.
Oh no.
We haven't seen this in some time. This is the getting lost in fairy.
Oh no.
So I'm just gonna go here.
Where am I looking, on Twitch or on Roll20?
Yeah, you'll probably have to look on Twitch. Just give me a sec.
Right.
I have to. Okay, great Pendragon. There we go. Okay, so the first roll determines crossing back from fairy. You roll a 12, which puts you in special, which is probably the worst.
Hey!
Then we
Special.
rolled a 15, right? Which puts you at
mhm.
1d6 divided by 2 years. And then you rolled a 4. So you'll be returning back in the year 510.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Cool.
Should have taken a left at Albuquerque.
On a bright note, you've just successfully succeeded at saving
My family.
Yeah.
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 Just got to worry about mine sitting in a castle now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yes, indeed.
And you don't die in a civil war. That's pretty cool.
So we're
Yeah.
going to have you, Drax, do something we weren't accounting for before. We're going to have you pick up another character. We'll talk about it
All right.
after the game and figure out who you're
Yeah,
going to
sounds
pick up. It's only going to be for another month or so, and then you'll be able to return.
Yeah.
And we might even
it's
be
all
able to
good.
do some little vignettes with you there. Maybe we'll stay just for the sake of ease. You end up staying a few days, so there's a little more that happens, so it's not just boop, boop. But
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
I meant just as we were getting into fairy stuff, there's going to be issues.
This happened to the Gathering of Branches where they skipped 3 years a long time ago. So
Yeah.
But they were all together, not separate. So
Right.
okay, so we're gonna cut back to Carline. for the last little
Hello.
bit here. Let me just get something going here.
Gonna get something going.
Hmm.
Okay. A gathering of nobles is called by the Archbishop. Everyone who is ranking higher than everyone who is in the Carline currently, who is ranked Vassal Knight or above, is to be present. Now, most of Vassal Knights are not in Carline. They're in their manors.
Yep.
But 2 of you are here.
Mm-hmm. Look, I think this is probably a trick of some kind. I think I'm currently being aligned to Dubricus, not going to be the victim of this trick, but I suspect they'll be victims of a trick. Does my character suspect that? Perhaps not. I did want to ask something of St. Iltid, but regarding this particular event, I think Gwydier's pretty happy just to... I mean, he's got knights, I suppose. We haven't got into that, but being a banneret, I presume he has knights. He would leave some to defend his manor, but I guess he would probably bring a couple, or bring whatever is a normal amount, assuming that his, enough people to hold the manor in case somebody comes for it, so that they can go and relieve it. But otherwise, he'll bring his dudes. But he wants to speak to Iltid at some point.
Okay. It seems that'll have to wait. There's a meeting called by the Archbishop. Almost all the Roman knights have proven to be loyalists to the Archbishop, and that is a good portion of the city itself now.
It is one of the last Roman civitas.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Carlos will attend.
Will Gwydier?
Yeah, I think I'm still there. I think that until Elaine wakes up, he's staying by his side and just liaising with.
But you'll
messages back to
attend
his
the
manor.
Archbishop's meeting? I'm just clarifying. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Rune, you arrive in Carlisle, and that was your next place, right?
Yeah.
You received news as well that the Archbishop has called a meeting, and you have yet to check in with Collis and Gwydier.
I'll attend, just because he'll assume that at the very least Gwydier is going to be there making a ruckus.
Okay.
I think well I think he wouldn't, like, if it's a thing that would refrain him from having a weapon, I think he'd keep his sword, or at the very least his dagger on.
They're not taking your swords until you arrive, in the actual place of meeting, which would just be standard for every feast you've ever been to. You would be expected to.
Expected to not have a sword at a feast? What
Exactly.
blasphemy.
It's a meeting of diplomacy, so weapons are to be stored away.
Exactly right.
Does anyone stop? Or do you all proceed regardless, the 3 of you?
I think
Is it in Carlisle?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Like,
I suppose I'll.
do we see each other? Like, is it like a thing that we see each other before we go in?
I'll take a recognized test flat from all 3 of you, and you can't impassion. A lot of people
Good.
here.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I'm not gonna impassion. I'm just gonna.
Yep, Rune, you spot the 2 of them. They don't spot you because they aren't looking out for you. Don't know when you're coming, but you know that they're here probably, so you find them just before they go to enter.
I'll kind of, like, if I have to, I kind of like shoulder my way through the other knights, make sure that I'm there, with them, and I'm like very confused. Like, what's this all about?
Oh, well, Saroon, hi. Nice to see you. He'll give him a bro clasp as well. How did your family talk go? I think Dubrix has called a meeting. I'm guessing he's going to try to recognize the, what you call it, legitimacy of Elaine or something. I don't really know. I'm just assuming something like that. I hope he doesn't try to murder us all. That would be strange or something, but... Got to die of something.
I doubt that he will try to kill all of us. We'll talk about the family later. Let's see about this. Carlos, are you all right? Everything fine with you?
Something fine. I just wonder why we're having a meeting without the king present, even if he has to be moved into here while still abed.
Perhaps. Well... Yeah, look. I don't know. It's all strange. Should we? I don't. I mean, is it a problem? Who's here? Is this a Kedrick trick? Are we going to
This
get burned
is-
alive in a building?
I don't like this smell of this or how this looks. Just stick together just in case. Who knows? Might as well be about to be given a bunch of titles, or we might just be stabbed. Just stick together.
I'm keeping my armor. You, Frida. Listen, stay nearby. Have my sword ready, and if you hear anything weird, then come. Be ready. Okay, be ready.
Weird, like you choking on your blood.
Ha!
That would be weird. Yes, that would be weird. Probably something a lot of people would like to see, yourself included, if I had to guess. But if I start choking on my blood, then please, I don't know, do some Saxon things.
You could have taught her your swordsmanship and not your humor.
I
Good
fucking
for
did.
you.
She'll kick the shit out of you, Saroon. Don't you worry about that.
Here's hoping.
She nods,
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
as you say.
That's all right. Yeah.
As you say. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with. Could I
He's
look around? I
100%
failed my
confused
recognize.
by-
Yeah, I failed my recognize, so I have no idea. But he'll just have like a cursory glance and see if he knows who all these people are. You know,
Yeah,
if it's like, oh shit.
A lot of them are like the Roman knights of the town. Like
Yeah.
you know how Cormac had a villa or has a villa. I can't remember if he still does.
No, I traded.
You
When I
traded it, yeah.
became, I traded that for a full-on manor, so
Yeah.
that I.
Hey,
Yeah. So the villa,
Okay.
a lot of the villa knights in
Villa knights.
Carlion are Roman, and they're
cool.
here.
People on our side, essentially, as far as I can tell. All right, look,
yeah.
let's go. He'll point to Frida.
All right. You are all welcomed in. Aside from you, there aren't a lot of big names left. Did Ifil pass? I can't remember if he died.
Ithel has not passed.
Okay.
He is not one of those that passed, but we also
retired.
haven't really seen him because he retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he has passed,
Okay.
we're waiting on confirmation.
Yeah, he will not be present, actually. And I think we've got almost every big name in the immediacy of what was like old Escavalon before you expanded. So I think, let me just do one more check for this list here.
Ghost of Justin.
And Justin is not
Rest
here
in
for
peace,
obvious reasons.
Justin. He
Yeah,
was the
rip,
best
dude.
anti-hero.
He was the
Um,
best of us.
Yeah, there is no one except for like none of the main named knights. What happened to Maddox? Did Maddox die too? That Maddox?
Yeah.
Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matic died.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Most of the honor guard, yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So the only like
So
Real-
did Tristan, Eluziden,
Yeah.
Orena, and Hedio.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the Dubricus and a bunch of, unnamed.
Of his loyalists.
Yeah,
A lot of the Romans. A lot of the Roman knights as you enter.
Only one of them was Lucius.
Right?
Lucius would have been here, but he would have sat there and overthrown Dubricus and just sworn to protect everybody.
He might have.
Okay, so as we kind of do this last little bit here, Dubricus will rise. Tid is here too, by the way. Should note that.
Hey.
We stand here with those who have sworn loyalty to the future king, Elaine of Escavalon. We have little time left this year. There's been no signs of a march from Cardiff to Escavalon. With the time that's left, I believe it will be fought manor to manor. I need to know now while the king still sleeps. If we are to march this year on Cardiff, for it will be too late very soon.
They won't stand down then.
One of the Roman knights says they believe they can win.
How? They don't even have any... Alright, well, whatever. I believe they can win. Are they willing to bleed over this? I don't care. There we go. Fuck it, let's go. Let's show of force. Everyone, we'll show them who stands behind the king, and they'll know before the swords are even swung that their cause is lost.
Sir Carlos will stand. I think it is a little too hasty to march out we have 2 months left of the campaigning season. Yes, we would likely
That's why
make
they
it
won't expect this.
Absolutely. But remember, overconfidence breeds sloppiness.
When have I ever been sloppy?
A couple of times, Sir Whittier, but I will not announce
Name
that
one!
to the audience here.
That is like a montage.
Yeah. It's a montage of all the times he's been sloppy.
Sloppy with a couple of handmaidens, maybe, but that's not what you mean.
I think we should bide our time. If we have no word and no sight of an army moving, then it doesn't need to come to bloodshed yet. We still have time to potentially deliberate with the other side. I think I am one of many here who believes that they don't want to spill the blood of their countrymen.
Neither do I, but we look weak if we're sitting around waiting. Get on the front foot. Show them show them we're as strong as we think we are. I don't. We're both sitting around caging, shivering like cowed dogs. Let's just nip this whole thing in the bud, put a crown on the king, and get back to what matters.
By that same page of your book, good Sir Whittier, the enemy side seems weak as well. We're on the same footing. There's no need to overcomplicate this.
Well, let's go prove it.
Dubricus calls out. We believe this. We will do this in the fashion of the Collegium. Those who support a limited... So, hold on. Let me recollect my comments. We will do this in the way of the Collegium. Those who wish to see us march on Cardiff this year, rise. And just to make this a player thing, and because it's kind of fun and thematic, about half the Romans rise, leaving this up to basically the three of you to be the tiebreaker here.
So
You got this, guys. Make good
Right.
choices. Or don't. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
They're all okay. So everyone that's present, or at least like the majority, all of them are the Roman knights that are pro Dubricus.
Well, they would be Roman Christian by default, right? And they are, yeah, that would be then their like patron that they would look up to. Like there is the high seat of their religion.
Okay, Dubricus doesn't know what he's doing. He's just Rune will stand.
You're gonna stand?
Yeah.
Sir Carlos will remain seating.
Yep. Dubricus nods. And then it's decided. We will prepare for war. And with that, we go into war next session.
we really needed the level-headed guys here.
Really did. Really did. It's telling its own story.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Pendragon's fun, because everyone's like, that's the stupidest idea. Okay, now to play my character. Yes, I'm in. Boom.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
We'll see how it goes, though. It'll be fun. And then for Rain, we will be having a temporary early retirement for a little while. So,
Could be fun.
yeah. Drax will get together and talk about who makes sense either on your family, and if no one in your family makes sense, then we can always find someone else in the list for you to play.
I don't have anyone of age. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll
I have
find
other
some,
Than
Knight.
the character's wife. That's it.
I have a couple knights actually, if he would like to play those.
I have
Yeah.
some knights that are in my retinue and stuff, but yeah. But no direct family that's of age.
Okay. We'll talk about it. We'll see what we want to do, but it'd be fun to have some continuity there. We'll figure that out. And for those that hung out, thanks for watching. We're going to go ahead and raid out to one of our friends here. We'll be back next week. And yeah, so we are closing Anarchy. It's been a long ride. In the next 2 years, it will be over. So poor Rain will be missing the tail end of Anarchy, but it will be fun to see where this goes from here.
Yeah, I'm actually honestly interested to see where this goes.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Stick around for the raid out, and we'll see you next time. By default, knights start at 21 with Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones.